Hello my friends and welcome to yet another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival Let's Play. Episode 9 already, and today is a momentous occasion because we are about to embark finally on the quest to build ourselves a small vessel. And I've been talking about this for a few episodes now. We went over a few ideas that we've had, and now it's time to put it all together and finally build our ship. It'll give us some mobility to get around and also the ability to go into space, which is always a good thing, and to visit other planets. So let's make it happen. As you see here, we've got a lot of updates. I was a busy boy between episodes here, between episodes 8 and 9. Working away to do some of the more tedious, boring tasks that aren't as entertaining to share for long periods of time on a Let's Play series, so you can thank me for that. But as you can see here, I've got a lot more refrigerators. These are the tier 2 refrigerators. Got 6 of them now and got everything broken down nicely. Always good to be organized. I've got some cargo boxes here now, and here's all the stuff we're going to need for our small vessel. So for anybody who's never made a small vessel before, you're in luck. I have a pretty basic design. It seems to do the trick for me, and hopefully it'll help you to craft your first vessel. I also discussed in a previous episode how I feel as though the hovercraft, or the hover vessel rather, is just not practical and worth using at this point in the game, but hey, it's up to you. I mean, it is kind of a cool concept. It's fun. You can put turrets on it and go to town, but be prepared to maneuver awkwardly over mountains or even small hills. Any unevenness basically in the soil makes your craft go all wonky, so they have some fixing to do on that. But anyway, let's get started here with our small vessel. So I flattened out an area over here that should do nicely. Originally I was going to do it on the roof, which is usually where I have my landing pad, if you were. But I decided to save my building's integrity. I'm going to build it right here. And this is a relatively flat area. This should do. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is build yourself a small vessel starter if you haven't done that already. This takes 1 core and 8 of the basic hull blocks here. And this is what allows you to build the first part of your flying small vessel. So here we go. And as you can see, it'll give you 1 core and exactly 8 hull blocks, which is exactly what you put into the starter kit. Empyrion's kind of good for that it always gives you and requires exactly what you need. It gives it back to you when you're done with it. Like, for example, if I want to get rid of this, okay, this, as far as I know, unless they've changed it, this still counts as a small vessel. So the computer still sees this as a vehicle. The other thing that kind of confused me at first is this arrow up here. And it's been a little while since I've played, so I'm going to have to remember exactly how this works. But you want to, intuitively, you kind of want to follow the top, right? And it's pointing that way, so that would tell you to put your cockpit facing that way. But that's actually wrong. What you want to do is use the sides. So the sides are pointing this way. That's which way you should make your cockpit go, because that's the way that the vehicle's oriented. So use the sides and not the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to take off some of these blocks here. This is just how I do it. By no means is this the best way or the most efficient way or whatever. This is just the way I like to do it. If you find a better way, then all the power to you. So the idea here is that you use your directional thrusters. You need one on each side, and you're going to need one on the top and one on the bottom. Okay, that'll cover the sides. And for top and bottom, keep in mind I'm not paying attention to the looks of my vehicle right now. This is completely out of necessity right now. So if you want to make yours look pretty, now would be the time, because I'm essentially going to hide all of these directional thrusters so that they don't show. But if you like that little effect of a thruster blasting in any given direction, then go for it. So now I've got top, bottom, left, right, up, down. I can move in any direction, so I'm covered there. One thing I like to do as well is I take away the two back blocks here. I'm not going to do it now, but I replace those with normal thrusters to give me a little bit more forward boost. But by no means is that required. It's just something you can do or not do. It's up to you. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is probably put our cockpit down. And as you can see, it's facing the right way. I got one that's 3 wide, so I don't have to mess around with taking away a row here of blocks or adding one. So I'm going to put that right about there. And next we're going to put our fuel tank and our generator. And I usually like to put them somewhere maybe like this. This can all be modified, but you want to set it up, I don't know, something like that. I'm not going to put too much thought into it right now. Just want to get this thing built and going, and then we can modify it from there and tweak it up. Get in there. So this piece is integral to your ship. This is the device that stabilizes you. It's kind of like a gyroscope, I guess. Okay, so theoretically now, let me see, we should be able to fly this thing. That's pretty much all you need. I do need to fill this up with fuel packs, and that's pretty much the last thing. I'm going to take the good ones, of course. There you go. Alright, so hop in with T, and then to power up I believe is Y. There we go. So at first, when you first power up your ship, you want to definitely test it. But before I test it, I'm going to just put some feet on it. So I'm going to lift it up off the ground a little bit. Whoops. You don't want to do that. I just damaged my ship there. But you want to just lift it up off the ground a little bit, get out. Make sure it's not moving away. This one's moving a little bit, but not too much. And now you can go ahead and put your feet on. I call these feet, but this is the landing gear. And I probably want to add a row here of blocks. There we go. we go. That'll do it. Now the trick is getting back in there. There we go. Alright, so now we can take it for a test drive. Fly this thing for the first time. Wow, it's been a while since I've flown in this game. So far so good. Forward thrust is good. Let's see if we can stop. Yep, can stop. Going backwards, forwards. Pretty good. Right and left and up and down. Alright, everything's working good. So that's basically all you need. Even with the forward thrusters, that's not a huge necessity. Once you get into space and you get some momentum built up, you're just going to cruise at 110 and it won't really matter. Like here on this planet, 40 milliseconds is the max. Unless they've changed it, but anyway, this thing works pretty good. I'm definitely going to want to reinforce it, maybe put some armor on it so that it lasts and it doesn't get destroyed, but I'm liking this so far. And of course, with V, you get a much better view of the ship. It's a lot easier to land it. And then you hold Alt, use your mouse wheel to zoom out. You can zoom out actually really far. I love the fact that you can do that in this game. And when I say far, I mean really far. We're still going. I'm not sure I've really tested this. Not to this extent, anyway. Wow. Okay, well, I don't know how far that goes, but I don't want to get too far ahead, because I do have to zoom back in. But that was interesting. What other game do you know where you can zoom out that far? That's just really cool. They gotta figure out a way to do this faster, though. Okay, well there you have it. There's not much else to the ship. You can get a refrigerator for it. You can get a constructor for it. You can get everything, all the sweet amenities from home you can get on your ship pretty much. Storage, oxygen. So it's up to you, and you can build it very big. Don't let the name small vessel deceive you, because you can make these things really big. Bigger, or just as big even as a capital vessel. So keep that in mind. But it does have a limit, it does have a weight. Everything has a mass. So, and then of course you want to make sure that you're not wasting too much gas on silly things. Whoa. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna land this puppy and call it a day. I mean, there's not much to it, but now we have a means of getting around. That's a huge, huge step in the game. Going to space even if we want. To explore the unknown. Or the somewhat known. Anyway. Alright, well I'm going to call it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope you realize how easy it really is to build your first ship. And I hope you enjoy flying around your world. Let me know how it goes. Take it easy. Bye bye.